All right, guys, so coming at you today, I'm going to take John through a couple things and just give you guys my top 3 tips for getting bigger triceps and keeping those elbows healthy along the way. All right, guys, so first tip, whenever you're doing any tricep variation, especially when your back isn't on a pad so your shoulder blades can move around, the biggest mistake people make is they move their shoulder blades. So you can see when a lot of people come and they finish an extension, they let their shoulder blades roll up and forward. What you want to do is pull your shoulder blades down and back, lock them in stone, and keep them still throughout the entire exercise. So now as John goes, the only thing moving is his elbows. The shoulder blades are locked down and back, and you can see there's no shrug or there's no elevation. And you get a lot more isolation at the tricep doing that. All right, guys, so variation we have here, a lot of bigger guys, when they use a close handle, so John's got a close grip straight bar handle, you can see how much his elbows are bowing out, his upper arms are pointing out. Now that cable's going straight up and down. So the top tip that I have to save your elbows is you want that cable lining up right with the upper arm. So you can see here, cable's going this way, John's arm is going this way. He basically can't make this exercise fit. If you have a little bit more narrow shoulders, if you can get that upper arm straight up and down, it might be a good exercise. But I'll show what I think is a better option for John. So we're going to take that handle off. And we're going to have him grab the cables crossing. Grab that one, John. Yep. And so now if we look from behind here, the big thing I want to show is you can see that cable is right in line with his upper arm and goes and bisects right through his elbow joint. So from an elbow health standpoint, this exercise aligns a lot better. So again, depending on your structure, not that this narrow one is bad, but for a guy John's size, it's not really a great fit for his elbows. Where this one, everything aligns much better, going to be a much easier on the elbow joints. Most people, when they do this, instantly feels better on their elbows, feel all entirely in the triceps and no strain on the joint whatsoever. So again, big tip is if you're using cables, make sure that cable aligns with the upper arm and basically bisects or go right through that elbow joint. Tip number 3 is whenever you're using gravity, so you're using a dumbbell or a barbell, you want to look at how your upper arm aligns with the ground. So ideally, you want your upper arm pointing straight up and down to the ground. What a lot of guys have happen is what's happening to John here. You can see how his upper arm points out. So again, gravity only works straight up and down. We're putting force through that elbow joint, not quite in alignment with the joint. So if this isn't the best fit ever for John, the best option you can do is just go one dumbbell at a time. So now he can align that upper arm with the ground. You can see it's straight up and down, and he can just go one arm at a time. So again, you can see how much that better aligns with gravity, and it's pretty much the same exercise as far as your elbow joint and your triceps involved, but now the alignment's much better. So this is, again, a great option for saving your elbows and just taxing just your triceps. All right, guys, so wrap up again. 3 key tips to take for having some big triceps and some healthy elbows. 1, keep your scapula still. If you're trying to work your triceps, you want just your elbow moving, not your shoulder joint. 2 is if you're using cables, make sure it lines up right with your body. So again, a lot of exercises, sometimes they fit when guys are younger. When you're 150 pounds, exercises will fit that don't fit when you're 200, 250 pounds. So if you're using the cable, make sure that cable aligns with the upper arm. And if you're using gravity, which is the case for skull crushers, for dumbbell tricep extensions, make sure that upper arm aligns straight up and down with the ground. So it's one of those things, it's not good or bad exercises. It's not that skull crushers are bad, it's not that dumbbell tricep extensions are bad. For an example, for John, they just don't fit a guy with his structure. So make sure you're assessing the exercises for you and make sure that they fit your body, and that's the best way to get some massive triceps and keep your elbows in it for the long run. All right, so guys, next tricep workout, give these 3 tips a try. Let us know what you think. And if you like tips like this, check out my YouTube page, Hypertrophy Coach, and hit that subscribe button.